Now, if you go back in time, this is not the first time you've had a black actress play Helena Troy. Orson Welles cast Eartha Kitt as his Helena Troy back in 1950. Something I didn't discover until this morning.
Wow.
So there is precedent for this, Daniel. It's been done. There wasn't the outcry then, there is now. But if I'm Greek, I'm probably looking at this going, yeah, I would take the view that Victor just articulated, which is, seriously, you're not going to have a single Greek actor in the Odyssey?
The angry straight white men, because this is all this is. They're having temper tantrums. They're having temper tantrums. Oh, shit. Okay, good. There we go. Okay, come on. Let's get back to it.
Good, but it's a red flag and it's subversive casting. So it does rile people up. It's meant to rile people up, just like the casting of Black Snake.
And you fall for the trap, just like the rest of them. So you're a victim of it too. You complain just like the rest of them. So you fell for the trap. You bit the cheese. So you're no different than the rest of their sycophants that you pander to. Because once again, without them being angry, collectively angry together, you have nothing to talk about.
Okay, Victor, let me bring you back in here, if I may.
Yes.
What's your response to that argument?
I think he makes a good point about subversive. When we talk about people of different races playing characters, the complaint about Hollywood, say, pre-1980, was that white characters, Burt Lancaster, Charles Bronson, Audrey Hepburn, who played Native Americans, the issue was there were probably Native American actors who would have been more authentic. Or I don't know if they were as good actors, but there was no effort. But the point I'm making is they tried to look or appear as they were Native Americans. So when a Mexican-American actor played Zorba the Greek, Anthony Quinn tried to look Greek, and it was enhanced because he looked Greek in some ways. And when Laurence Olivier tried to play Othello, he was white, but he tried to look like he was North African.
And once again, this is the third time Othello has been mentioned, and none of these collective people has said, hey, remember, there was 2 black guys that played Othello in the last 15, 20 years. Nobody complained then. So this is not even a genuine art. This is not a genuine conversation. No one's trying to come to a point of understanding or even compromise. Once again, this is just straight white men having a whole temper tantrum.
And but I think the other guest was right about trying to be subversive. In the case of Lupita, I mean, it would be kind of absurd in modern sensibilities to have an African-American actress or African-British actress then wear, I guess we could use that word, whiteface, so she would appear more authentic as far as the actual text of Homer goes. But it is a subversive act. It's saying that we're going to take somebody who does not appear anywhere near the look of Helen. And why it might have been less subversive for Clytemnestra or other characters, after all, Helen is the central character and caused the Trojan War. I have no problem, as the other guest said, about being subversive, if that's openly your point, is to draw attention that you're trying to destroy characterization or traditional stereotypes, but it's not being authentic to what the author imagined.
Okay,
it might be your interpretation of what he imagined, but if it isn't. And again, I think, just to finish, we have a whole tradition of. It is kind of insulting to it's very unpopular. There's a lot of controversy in Greece. It would be as if you made an epic, remade How the West Was Won, and you didn't have one American actor in it. You all had Europeans or Africans or Asians. So to make this national epic, which the Greek people feel is a continuous tradition.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth keeping in mind that something like the Odyssey is this epic fantasy story, but it's fantasy grounded in the real world. It's set within a...
This motherfucker said it's fantasy grounded in the real world. Hello, is this thing... This mofo said it's fantasy grounded in the real world. Then it's not fantasy, sir. I don't understand. What fantasy can you recall grounded in the real world? Is Lord of the Rings fantasy grounded in the real world? Yes or no? Is House of Dragons fantasy grounded in the real world? This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Well, if it's grounded in the real world, then y'all shouldn't be complaining about black elves. You shouldn't be complaining about black Targaryens. Right? If it's grounded in the real world, because in the real world, you guys are about to be the minority face by 2030, 2050. The world's going to be much browner than you. That's the real world. Listen, straight white men losing their minds. Come on.
Very specific geographical location and time. And like any geographical location and time, it has demographics of people that are believable in that time and people who are not. And the best way to contextualize this kind of decision is, say you had a movie set in pre-colonial Africa and one of the tribal leaders was a random white guy. And none of the other characters thought that was even remotely strange. No one reacted to it and there was no explanation for it. That's kind of the similar situation to what you have with the Odyssey. It doesn't really make sense contextually. And
How many African-based movies, or how many movies that were supposed to be in Egypt and Africa were played by white men? Charlton Heston, Charles Bronson, who's the old Kirk Douglas, right? With their little leathery ass skin, George Hamilton. All of these clearly non-black dudes were playing black dudes in these movies in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and we couldn't do nothing about it. We had to eat that shit. Yeah, Gods of Egypt. Yeah, Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler is Welsh. Gerard Butler is Welsh. And he's playing, I would assume, I guess, a Hittite of Egypt. I don't know what group of people they were playing in Egypt, but whatever group, they were not that. Oh my God. Yeah, Yul Brynner, Ben Kingsley. Come on. But see how disingenuous this argument is? You can't even have a logical argument with these people. Once again, his opening statement was fantasy grounded in the real world. Nigga, that's not fantasy then.